Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Jamie, and in today's video, I'm going to share with you my May faves and flops. I've had the opportunity to try out a bunch of products this month, so you'll be able to see what products I loved and what products just really didn't work for me. I still can't believe it is already the end of May. I'm filming this on Memorial Day weekend. It's gonna be like June, which means 2019 is already halfway over, and I just feel like this year is going by so fast. But if you want to see the products that I've been loving this month, just keep on watching. So I'm gonna start off with my favorites, and a lot of my favorites come from the Sephora VIB sale. So if you want to see the products that I picked up or you didn't get to watch my haul, I'll have my Sephora VIB sale haul in the cards up above as well as the description box down below. But the first product that I bought during the Sephora VIB sale was a Marc Jacobs Highliner Gel Eye Crayon. And this is in the shade Peridot. It is the most beautiful green ever. It's one of their shimmer crayons as well. That's a swatch of the color, and it's just a beautiful shimmering grass green. This is the most long-lasting eyeliner in my collection. I can put it on my waterline and not worry about it going anywhere, and it gives you enough time to play around and smudge it before it completely dries down and sets for the day. This is also a retractable eyeliner, which I tend to prefer over wooden ones, and I find that it's really creamy and doesn't tug at my waterline as well. I wore this one day when I went out with my friends. I wore a very basic brown eye and just put this on the waterline for a pop of color, and my one friend complimented my eyeliner no less than 3 times, which maybe it's just me, but eyeliner is not one of the makeup products that I get frequent compliments on. I've since gotten more compliments on this color, and I absolutely love it. It's a beautiful pop of color, but it's not too overbearing. And I'm a contact wearer, and I find that it doesn't get in my contacts and get all over my eyes and make a mess. And I'm so happy I purchased this color because it's such a unique color in my collection. Next time I go to Sephora, I'm definitely going to go over the Marc Jacobs section and purchase more of these because I'm so happy with the one that I bought, and I could definitely see myself buying these in more colors. I went into the Sephora VIB sale planning on purchasing the new Natasha Jean Bronze and Glow mini palette. However, I found that highlighter was just too dark for my skin tone, so I ended up purchasing their Blush and Glow instead, and I am so happy with this. This is what the inside looked like. It has a mirror, and then it has the blush and the highlighter, and I can do a swatch of them both for you. The blush is a glowy blush, and I find that the highlighter is more subtle than other highlighters in my collection. There's a swatch of both of those right there, and the highlighter just suits my skin tone perfectly. I love this blush. It's such a nice glow on the cheeks, and it's really healthy and luminous, and the highlighter is subtle yet buildable. My one issue with the product is that I find that it can lay on the skin a bit, but I can just use a setting spray to melt this in, and I find that it looks so good, and it has a really long wear time on the skin as well. This is my first Natasha Jean product, and I am so happy with this. I'm actually going traveling soon. I think what's in my travel bag is up before this video. I'm doing a lot of pre-filming, and you'll see that this is in my travel bag, which definitely means that it's a favorite because I tend to bring products that I love traveling with me. And I am so happy with this. I love it. It's the perfect size. It was the perfect introduction to Natasha Jean as a brand. So as I mentioned, I kind of have to use a setting spray with that product so it really melts into my skin. It doesn't look like a strip of highlighter lying on top. And the setting spray that I've been using is from Catrice, and it's their Prime and Fine Multi-Talent Fixing Spray. It claims to prepare the skin, improve makeup wear, and refresh complexion. I don't think this does anything for the longevity of my makeup, but I think it does a lot to melt the powders into my skin. Kind of comparable to the MAC Fix Plus. If I feel really powdery, like my highlight and my bronzer and my blush and my setting powder is just all sitting on top of my skin, a few sprays of this really helps it integrate into the rest of my makeup. It has a pretty fine mist too. It doesn't shoot out at you all at once and leave those blotches all over your skin. And I find that it's not especially fragranced. I tend to not really be irritated by fragrances, so I can't really speak to the fact if it would irritate you if you're someone that is sensitive. But I don't think the smell is really long, and it's not something that lingers on the skin. The product comes with 50 milliliters of product, so it is smaller, but it's also more affordable. But look how much I've used already in about a month. That is incredible because I'm not the type of person that sets my face every day. So when I get use out of a setting spray, I know I love it. I really am so happy with the setting spray, and I'm happy with most of the products that I've tried from Catrice as a whole, and I will definitely repurchase this when I finish this because it's become a staple in my makeup routine. A foundation that I've been loving recently comes from NARS, and it's their Sheer Glow Foundation. I got this at the Sephora VIB sale, and I was shade matched to the shade Mont Blanc. My holy grail foundation used to be the Too Faced Born This Way, but I find that my skin might be going through changes because that breaks up on me like no other. So while I was wearing that, I went into Sephora and had the associate help me pick out a new foundation. And I have to say, I'm so happy with this. My only complaint is it doesn't come with a pump. So you have to unscrew the lid and pour it out. And it's just annoying considering this is almost a $50 foundation. But I love the finish of this. I think the fact that it's sheer glow shouldn't scare you if you're oily, because I don't find it especially glowy. It just looks like skin. It definitely does stay true to the sheer nature. When it comes to my preferences for foundation, I tend to like something that's light to medium and buildable so I can really just adjust it to my skin needs and what I'm really feeling that day. And I find that this looks buildable without looking cakey. I love this foundation. It sits really well with my skin, and I've used it in conjunction with a bunch of different primers and I haven't had an issue. And I really just like this foundation. It has a great wear time, and having a foundation that really lasts on my skin is one of my priorities when it comes to makeup. And my last favorite of the month is something I'm wearing right now, and it's the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in the shade Fussy. Prior to 2019, I was not a lip gloss girl, especially an $18 lip gloss. I was just like, what is this gonna do? Why is this so great? It's overhyped, it's ridiculous. But this might be my new favorite thing. Ever since I bought it during the Sephora VIB sale, I can't seem to put it down. I have it in my work bag, and then when I'm not at work and I'm going out with friends, I put it into my purse and I'm taking it with me traveling, and I just can't see a day where I don't bring this with me. It has such a pleasant scent. It reminds me of fruit roll-up candies, and it has such a pretty pink sheen. There is a swatch of the gloss. It has a pretty pink color, and I'm wearing it now over the Dose of Colors lipstick in the shade Truffle. I love this. It's not unreasonably sticky, and it has pretty good longevity for a gloss, but you are going to have to reapply it throughout the day, but I kind of know that when it comes to lip glosses. I wear it over lipstick and I wear it by itself. I just wear this thing all the time. I love how the applicator is this big doe foot, because I find it so easy to coat my entire lip without re-dipping a bunch of times. Honestly, I can see myself hitting pan on this product way too quickly because I can't seem to get enough of this. I thought this lip gloss was overrated prior to trying it, but it is so nourishing, hydrating, and just makes your lips look so luscious and healthy that I'm debating buying this in more shades. So it's an absolute favorite for the month, and it will honestly end up probably being a favorite for 2019. So when it comes to fails for the month, I don't have anything that I utterly hate. I just have kind of meh products. I don't love them, I don't hate them. I'll use them till I finish them, but I won't end up repurchasing them. And the first product I have to talk about is the Makeup Revolution Foundation Stick. This is their Revolution London foundation stick, and it is their fast-based stick foundation. And I have mine in the shade F2. If you can see there, I've used a decent amount of product, but there's still a lot of product left. My preferred way to use this is to put it on a brush instead of swiping it on my face, because I find then I can control the amount of coverage and doesn't settle and stick to areas where I don't want it to. I enjoy this foundation, but I think it makes me really oily, which is surprising because I don't have oily skin. I don't set all of my foundations, but this is one that I have to set before I walk out the door. I find that it looks good, but if I touch my nose about 5 or 6 hours in, I am taking off a layer of foundation. It just doesn't settle well there. It breaks up around 8 to 10 hours, which if you don't wear foundation for long periods of time, that might not be an issue for you, but I wear foundation when I go to work, so I like to have a nice even base that lasts throughout my work day. So when I wear this to work, it's a gamble. Sometimes I will leave and I'll text my friends when I'm in the work bathroom, just like, my foundation looks so good. But other times I'll get into the parking garage and look at my foundation and think it looks like I was bathing in grease. So it's definitely a risk. I like this and I'll continue using it and finishing it up, but it's something I'll wear if I'm running errands or going out to dinner and I don't need my foundation to stay for hours on end. I received 2 of the Huda Beauty Power Matte Bullet Lipsticks from Influencer to review, and I got the shade Joyride and the shade Interview, which is a warm tone and a cool tone shade. I like these lipsticks, but I don't think they're anything special, and there's no way I would have paid full price for these. They're $25, which is pretty run-of-the-mill for a high-end lipstick, but when I received this in the mail, I generally thought it was a sample size. Look how small this is. That's the entire bullet, and I feel like it's not that much product. It's creamy and is full opacity upon the swipe, but I do find that it accentuates dryness in my lips. Granted, most lipsticks do it, but I definitely notice when I wear this one. The packaging is nice. I love the little ombre gradient, and it has a magnetic closure, but I wouldn't pay full price for this, especially considering the small amount of product you get. I have drugstore lipsticks that I like better than this. A product that I just wasn't over the moon excited about is the ColourPop Super Shock Highlighter in the shade Lunch Money. I bought this at Ulta because the ColourPop display is right by the register, and of course I had to stop and look. And it's the first Super Shock cheek product I've tried. Here's a swatch of the highlighter. It's a pretty, like, champagne color, and it is really flattering on my skin tone. I just find that I'm not surprised that I don't like this, considering that I don't like the Super Shock eyeshadows. I find them difficult to work with and hard to blend out. I feel like sometimes this highlighter can just sit upon my skin, and it's subtle upon first application, which, don't get me wrong, I love a subtle highlighter, but I also like to build up the intensity, and I find that this one doesn't build up well. I'm still struggling applying with it, so it might just be a learning curve, but I don't think I'm gonna see myself buying many more Super Shock cheek products after this one. And the last product that I have to talk about is something else that I bought at the Sephora, or the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale, and it's the First Aid Beauty Ultra Radiance Pads. These claim to help exfoliate, tone, and brighten. They're alcohol-free and safe for sensitive skin. I purchased these because they were half off, and I tend to have good luck with First Aid Beauty. They're one of my favorite skincare brands. But I really don't think these pads make much of a difference on my skin. Yeah, they can help get rid of excess makeup that my makeup wipe or my cleanser didn't get off, but so can my Thayer's toner, which is much cheaper than this. I was looking forward to the exfoliate claim from this because I was so excited. I was like, oh, it's an exfoliate, it's travel friendly, it's easy to carry around, but this does not do anything to help exfoliate my dry skin, especially considering I purchased this when it was more winter time. I'll finish these up and get use out of them. They're just not something I could see myself repurchasing. I don't think they're amazing, but I don't think they're terrible. So that wraps up all of the products that I have to share for the month of May. What products did you try this month that you loved, and what products just weren't favorites for you? I'd love if you let me know down below. If you like this video, I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel. I tend to post about 2 to 3 videos a week, and I'd love to have you join me on my next one. Thanks for watching.